Hello to everyone, and welcome to event Today's Dreams, Tomorrow's Reality. My name is Nastya Rai.
And I'm Katerina Kaučić.
We are EURES advisors from Slovenia, and together we will give you a brief introduction to living and working in Slovenia. Let's take a look at the content. We will talk about living and working in Slovenia, starting with the main reasons why Slovenia is a great place to live and work. Then we will give you information about the labor market and some tips on how to find a job. You will also get a quick insight into our labor legislation and working conditions. Last but not least, you will find out what kind of support we provide as EURES Network if you decide to consider Slovenia as your next destination. Okay, let's start. Well, Slovenia is here, right by this yellow pin. Our country is located in Central Europe, bordered by Italy to the west, Austria to the north, Hungary to the northeast, and Croatia to the southeast. We have a small coastline along the Adriatic Sea. Being a small country has, of course, its benefits. It makes it highly accessible and easy to navigate. The travel times between major cities are relatively short. Okay, now some numbers about Slovenia. Surface area is just over 20,000 square kilometers. Ljubljana, the capital city, has approximately 300,000 inhabitants. And the population of the whole country is a little more than 2 million. Slovenia became EU member in 2004, and our currency is euro. Our GDP per capita is just under 30,000 euros. Our official languages are Slovenian, as well as Italian and Hungarian in the areas where the Italian and Hungarian national minorities live. Most people in Slovenia speak at least one foreign language, with English being the most common. But we are also quite fluent in some other languages, for example, Croatian, German, or Italian. However, English can be used in many businesses and work environments. As you can see on the map, the overall cost of living index is lower than in Western Europe, but higher than in many Eastern European countries. Ljubljana, the capital, is the most expensive city, but still affordable compared to many Western European capitals. My Dolce Casas research on living standards and costs determined which countries offer the best value for money. And according to this data, Slovenia ranks 5th among EU countries. Slovenia also has a good range of accommodation, from studios to farmhouses and everything in between. As with the cost of living, accommodation prices also depend on the location, size, and condition of the apartment, flat, or a house. Ljubljana and the coastal areas are the most expensive places to live, but still affordable compared to some other countries. In Ljubljana, you will pay for example, from around 500 for a small studio to around 1,200 per month for a larger apartment. The rent usually includes furniture, but doesn't include utilities such as electricity, water, and heating. Slovenia has a high standard of living. Public health care and education are accessible to all. Slovenia offers generous parental leave with 100% pay and flexibility for both parents to share the leave. We have good health insurance, good and affordable housing, public schools, and easily accessible early childhood education. We have a wonderful work-life balance. People here actually have enough time for family, friends, hobbies, etc. Slovenian cuisine, like the country itself, it's very diverse. We are surrounded by beautiful nature, which allows us many outdoor activities without spending too much time on commuting. Having a garden where we cultivate our own fresh fruit and vegetables is a very common hobby. Nevertheless, we are proud that Slovenia has been considered one of the safest countries. And what is Slovenia known for? Well, it's not a cliche, but the truth that there are few countries in the world where you can ski in the morning and swim in the sea in the afternoon. Slovenia is one of them. We are regarded as a green destination as well. Slovenia offers a thrilling theater, museum, gallery, and festival scene, as well as rich cultural legacy. For us, leading an active life is important. We like to hike, cycle, run, swim, and practice in a multitude of other sports every day. As previously mentioned, it is very important for us to have access to fresh, local food, and we are known for making excellent wine. In regard to economic situation, we have a stable and developed economy with strong focus on industry, services, and tourism.
One of the most common reasons for relocating is opportunity to work in a new country. While it is possible to move without a job, it is advisable to ensure that there are suitable employment opportunities in your field before you relocate. So let's find out more about the job market in Slovenia and look at some guidelines for finding a job. Citizens of the EU member states, Norway, Liechtenstein, Iceland, or Switzerland enjoy free access to our labor market, so there's no need for work permits. Citizens of third countries have to obtain work and residence permits to live and work in Slovenia. EU, EEA, or Swiss citizens can enter with a valid ID or passport. If you are not staying in a touristic facility, you have to register with the police within 3 days of crossing the border. If you are intended to stay for more than 3 months, a residence registration certificate is needed and you can get it at the local administrative unit. At the moment, we have a historically low unemployment rate, so there are good opportunities to finding a job in almost all sectors. Employment is projected to continue to grow and the unemployment rate to remain low. The Slovenian labor market follows similar trends to other European countries. The country's economy is diverse, with significant contributions from manufacturing, services, and agriculture. Manufacturing, particularly the automotive, pharmaceutical, and mechanical engineering sectors, plays an important role in Slovenian economy. Slovenia is divided in 2 cohesion regions, which differ in terms of geography and level of economic development. The western regions are more developed with a focus on services, while the eastern regions are a little less developed with more agricultural and industrial activities. Central Slovenia, where capital is located, is the country's economic, administrative, cultural, and scientific center. It is home to about a third of Slovenian companies with the highest salaries. More than half of employers reported labor shortages in health and long-term care, information and communication technology, construction, transport, accommodation, hospitality, and education. It may be of some help to know that many IT companies offer remote working opportunities, allowing employees to achieve a better work-life balance. English language skills are often sufficient to join the team and communicate effectively. Some employers, especially in the hospitality and tourism sector, provide accommodation for their employees. This accommodation may be provided as a part of employment package or as a subsidized benefit.
Okay, finding a job in Slovenia is like anywhere else. It requires a combination of some research, networking, and also persistence. Most job vacancies are advertised publicly. So it is advisable to use different resources for find a job. We recommend that you start your job search by visiting the website of the Employment Service of Slovenia and the EURES portal. There are many other job portals and company websites that are relevant. You can successfully find a job also on the hidden job market. Information on potential vacancies can be obtained through networking, direct contact with employers, by visiting job fairs on social media, etc. When applying for a job, pay attention to requirements and responsibilities of the job to ensure that your skills and experience align with what the employer is looking for. The usual way to apply for a job is to send a motivation letter in which we advise you to focus on presenting your added value to the company. If you think it's appropriate, tell the employer why you decided to apply and how you would fit into the company's culture. A short CV of 1 to 2 pages should also be included. You can use the EURES format or other types of CVs that best fit your profile. You can attach your photo, although it's not customary to provide information about your children or marital status. Take also some time to tailor your application to each employer or job vacancy you are interested in. Your potential employer will also be interested in your education. And since you probably gained most of it outside of Slovenia, the employer might want to compare your education with the Slovenian education system. If you decide to have your education evaluated, contact the ENIC-NARIC Center of Slovenia. On the other hand, there are also some professions in Slovenia that are regulated. In that case, we recommend that you check the EU regulated professions database to see if the profession you want to practice in Slovenia is regulated. If that's the case, bear in mind that you will have to go through recognition procedure.
When you find a job in Slovenia, it is good and advisable to know some basic information on employment procedure. The employment process you will face is similar to that in other countries. It starts with an advertised vacancy to which candidates apply. It is also possible for candidates to apply to employers even if there is no advertised vacancy. How to do this? Already Nastya told you some minutes ago. The selection process usually includes at least one interview and may include personality and aptitude tests. The additional requirement in Slovenia is to obtain a health certificate from the medical authority before signing an employment contract and starting work. If you're hired, you'll receive a written document confirming that the employer has registered you for social insurance. The employment contract is usually an open-ended contract, but in certain circumstances, such as project work or replacement of temporary absent workers, and in some other cases, a fixed-term contract is allowed. Depending on the working hours, the employment contract may be full-time or part-time. Part-time jobs are not that common in Slovenia. There are also some official forms of work contracts that are not considered employment contracts, and workers are not protected by employment legislation or trade unions. These forms are contracts, for example, for student work, copyright work, work contract, and personal supplementary work. The working conditions are regulated by the Employment Relationship Act and by sector-specific laws and collective agreements. A working week means 40 working hours, which are usually scheduled from 8 to 4, and a 30-minute lunch break each working day is included. The minimum annual leave is 4 weeks, but the exact number depends on your job, sector, education, children, and other factors. Salaries in Slovenia are paid monthly. The minimum salary is usually set at the beginning of a year. Looking ahead, projections indicate that the average monthly salary is expected to continue rising. Under Slovenian law, an employee is entitled to allowances in addition to basic salary, for example, bonuses for night work, Sunday work, overtime, work on national holidays, and seniority, and reimbursement of expenses for travel to and from work and lunch. The employer is obliged to register each employee with the compulsory pension, disability, sickness, parental and unemployment insurance scheme. If you are looking for information about our tax system, you can find it at Financial Administration of Republic of Slovenia. And if you want to know more about our health insurance system, visit the website of the Slovenian Health Insurance Institute. Establishing self-employment status is easy. You start by registering with the Slovenian Business Register. Registering your business is quick, easy, and free of charge. It's advisable to consult legal and financial professionals who are familiar with Slovenian business regulation to ensure that you will meet all the necessary requirements and set up your self-employment business successfully.
Okay, thank you, Katerina. Now let's see what kind of support we offer. We have developed many services to support labor mobility and equal opportunities for European citizens, regardless of language barriers, cultural differences, administrative challenges, and different employment laws. Let's look at the key ones. So we, EURES Slovenia, offer a wide range of services. For legal questions, you can reach out to our legal advisor at the contact point for equal treatment of EU workers. We have 6 EURES advisors who work in different regions, and they provide assistance in job search, connect you to employers, and offer comprehensive information on working and living conditions, as well as the formal procedures involved. Additionally, we offer financial support for international mobility under the Targeted Mobility Scheme project. Various types of financial supports are available. Before applying, please review the basic eligibility criteria on our website and consult with the EURES advisor. We are here to assist you. And now, to conclude, Slovenia isn't just a place to work, it's a place to live, explore, and grow. With its thriving job market, high quality of life, rich culture, central location, and welcoming community, Slovenia offers everything you need for a fulfilling life. So why not make the move? Slovenia is waiting for you. Thank you for watching our presentation and do not hesitate to contact us.
We look forward to welcoming you to Slovenia.
Thank you.